This is Inti Zamora Sobrado, and I'm here at the Permanent Ring Press. Ciao.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I am so happy to be joined by Inti Zamora Sobrado. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, we were just talking. This interview has been over a year in the making, so we have a lot to get caught up on with Young Royals and of course your music, which we will actually start with because first and foremost, you are a musician. So what can you share about your passion for music and when that first took hold for you?
uh, I grew up with music in the family. My father is a painter, and like and my mom also do sculptures and all that. But all her uncles are musicians or can play an instrument. So it started pretty when I was pretty young, and my mom sent me to like a school where you can play guitar and everything. So I learned guitar, trumpet, and piano. So yeah, it started maybe I was like 10 or something, but it's always been in the family, the music. My uncle is a musician also, and he has a band that's been like everywhere. So yeah.
Are those kind of your earliest musical memories, just like jamming out with your family, with your uncles?
Yeah, of course. We always like once a month. I think we met on Sundays, and everybody was just playing music every time. So it was nice. Yeah.
You said trumpet. Do you still play the trumpet?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
I'm like, it doesn't
I,
find its way into the current music that you make and produce, not really.
I don't know, but the major issue was that I got what do you call it, bracelet, or what do you call it?
Braces, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, braces. Yeah. So I got that, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should not play because it's gonna be issue. But they told me it doesn't. But whatever. So I quit the trumpet and just played guitar for a while, and then I quit that also. Because I found that I could make music on the computer and I loved it so much. So I just was doing that. But I was also super active when I was younger. I played football, or maybe you call it soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We played soccer, or I played soccer, and I was swimming and also track and field. So all that at the same time. Yeah, so so much.
So
Pretty
you're like,
active.
something had to go. And you
I took
mentioned
away I took away everything besides just being home and making music on the computer.
you traded it in for the computer, but it seems to have worked out pretty well for you. Before we talk about your debut single, like who are some artists you look up to and are inspired by?
Uh, I would say for sure Post Malone. He's one of the persons that I maybe don't look up at, like I see him as an idol, but I love his music and the way he do it. So yeah, I would say Post Malone. But also like in producer way, because I'm a producer also. So I would say Timbaland and Pharrell for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to like take different elements from their music and try to create your own style as well. So with your new single, which I'll have you pronounce it because there is a 100% chance I will mispronounce it, but you released it in November. So the title is
Fan vad jag älskar dig.
it translates from Swedish to English to I think it's like damn, I love you. So take me through the process creating it and why the lyrics connected with you.
Um, so the process was pretty fast. Uh, at first I was home, uh, and I just started to work with the song, and I started to write the lyrics and everything. Pretty much the same day I was done with the lyrics and all the melody, and then I had it for like maybe 6 months or 8 months or even more, until I met my friend Alexander, Alex Shield. uh, and I showed him the song, and he was like, "Shit, this is super good." And I showed my other songs that isn't released now, but soon. And then we started the project, and just he in the song he reproduced it and produced it. It doesn't sound as the demo, but some parts are still there. And he's a super good also songwriter, which means he changed the melody that I put in the song, and he was like, "No, I do it this way," and I was like, "Oh shit, this is good." And he took. I would say he's my manager, and also he's my producer. So how we work is that I come with my songs, and then he put his mind to it also, and then it's a collaboration of both of us. It's pretty cool to like hear, because I have my demos, and then we like finish them together. So it's a both of us, and he's been in the game pretty long, so it's nice to have someone that leads me. Yeah.
And it's nice to see your music evolve, right? Like you mentioned, people are there to kind of make it better, and you can work together on that. You also had Lars and Henrik that helped with the mix and master, right?
Exactly. They're good friends. Him and Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to work with friends, of course. It makes the experience better and something that you can share. I know Sony Music Sweden, you had a release party. There was your cover art was on the side of like a building, like on one of those moving screens. So that must have been cool to see.
Yeah. On the billboard. Yeah, it was crazy to see that. Yeah, of course, because I've always seen like my friends or people I know been on that billboard, and to be there myself, it was crazy. Yeah.
What kind of music can we expect this new year in 2023? Like, is it a lot of solo music? Will you be going back to doing more producing with other artists?
Uh, so the plan is that I'm gonna release more music with my on this project, like this artist project. I will release more songs, of course. I can't say the date right now, but I know the date, but it's not official right now. But we have a date which we are working on. And what was the other question?
Other artists, like as a producer,
Yeah,
will
of course I will produce. Yes, I will. Which ones? I don't know, or you don't know.
you know, we don't know, but you have worked with artists like MPL Gricazo in the past, so hopefully a lot coming up on that front. We will talk about Young Royals now. Now
Yeah,
that you have played Ayub for 2 seasons on the show, is it relatively easy for you to switch in and out of your character? And like what specific elements of Ayub's personality and demeanor do you like to focus on when you're in character?
at first it wasn't easy, or I think it's never been easy to play Ayub, because the first season was the first time I even act. So it came naturally, but like for me to, it took me to season 2 where I realized that Ayub is a character, because the first season was more like for me to just give my best attributes to Ayub, like he's a kind person, he's a good friend, and all that. And then it took almost a year for us to do season 2. And then I realized, oh shit, I've been like working on myself, but Ayub is still Ayub. Like the season 2 was when I realized, okay, he's a character. Like, so yeah, so it's been not easy, but like it's been pretty natural the first season. The second season was more like, oh shit, Ayub. For Ayub, it's just been a couple of weeks. For me, it's been a year. So yeah, I don't know, not easy, but not hard also, but a challenge, yeah, for sure.
What do you imagine like Ayub's life at home, his family is like? And did you discuss this at all with your writers, directors, or maybe create a bit of a backstory for him yourself?
Uh, no, we didn't discuss that. Uh, I don't know. Lisa gave me pretty open thoughts what I can do with him. And I don't know. For me, I realized pretty fast that he's a good friend. Ayub is a person that I myself would like to be 100%. And I don't know. I never been thinking that way. How he's home, or yeah, season one. I thought about it a little bit. How his parents look like, or but no, not so much. I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, it's like
This
I
is
guess you
new to
kind of
me.
just
It's the
go
first
with
time.
the flow kind of
Yeah, for sure.
thing. Yeah. Now Biersta, where he is from, is seen as like a socialist, modest town. What were your thoughts on how this kind of community was portrayed, and did you draw any similarities with your own experiences?
Now, when you asking these questions, I think that Ayub, I think he doesn't have it as good as maybe everybody, but he lives with it. Uh, and I could relate to some of the things that happen in the series, of course, because I put my own personalities in the character. Um, yeah, yeah, of course I can see something of it. But I think that he lives like maybe not in a house, maybe in an apartment with his mom, and maybe he has siblings or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and it's like I think that he mentions at one point, or it's Linda that asks Ayub how is his mom, and it's like, oh, she says hi. So there's kind of like that connection. Maybe him and Simon kind of grew up
Yeah,
together. Like that was gonna be kind of my next question. Like, how long do you think Ayub has known Roche and Simon, and tell me a bit about their friendship.
I think they've been sticking together the whole time since kindergarten or something. I think they've been together for almost all their lives. I think. Um, yeah, they
How would
seem pretty
you
tight.
Yeah, how would you describe his relationship or his friendship with Simon specifically? Like, what do you think he likes about Simon, why they're friends?
I think I would think it's maybe like how open they are and how connected they are with their own feelings, and how easy it is for them to share what they're feeling.
Some of my favorite moments across like the two seasons are when Ayub goes over to their place for dinner or game night, and you can see like that close relationship. Now, because we didn't chat for season one, I have to ask about a couple of memorable scenes, anything that you can share from filming, or that you remember. So the first one was season one, episode two, which was Rosh's football or soccer game. What do you remember from that one?
uh Eating a lot of sausage, that's what I remember. And that was pretty hard. I won't lie. And I turned also vegetarian after season one, so that maybe that says it all. I don't know. Yeah, but it was fun, of course. But eating all that sausage, no. And Roshda was like, take a bigger bite, eat the sausage. I was like, "Ah, okay." And at first I was super hungry, so I didn't mind. But after a couple of takes, it wasn't so fun anymore. Yeah,
Right, because you actually like we're eating, it's not staged or anything. You
no,
every
no.
take so you're like, we have to get this take right, otherwise I have to eat more of this hot dog. That was your first scene that you shared with Edvin as well, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Must have been interesting because I mean your character was one of the first ones to kind of see that first spark between Wilhelm and Simon.
Of course. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm blessed to have been a part of this. Of
And
course.
then in episode 3, your character Ayub and Rosh see Simon become angry and actually kind of aggressive and physical with August outside of ÄLSKAR. So was that like an interesting one for you to be a part of? And then how come like Ayub, he wasn't as vocal in his opinions as Rosh was? He kind of stayed back and watched it play out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a nice experience because that's the only like moment that we had that like escalated and wasn't so fun because we always are the funny part of the season, like we have our good moments, and uh, that scene was I like to how it played off, but I think Ayub was scared, and he never has seen Simon in that way, so that's why I think he acted like that because he felt bad for it or something.
So do you think like that kind of affected their friendship in a way and how he saw Simon after watching that?
uh yeah, of course. And they acted on it also, so they were like they got mad, but I don't think he got so affected about it just in the moment, and yeah,
Yeah, we
not
see
not
they came back to Simon when he needed them the most, but they did kind of give him a bit of that space initially. So I thought it was nice to see because like, you know, friendship has its ups and downs. And so that kind of played out. And they were good by the end of the season. Now for season 2, which was your favorite scene to be a part of and why?
I would say, yeah, maybe the karaoke night. It was fun to be on set there and everything. Yeah, I liked it a lot. That's probably my favorite scene. Yeah.
Were you disappointed that Ayub didn't get to go up and take the microphone, sing a song?
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm more. I think like Ayub there. Just support your friend. Crashing the date. I don't know. It was nice.
What was it like watching Tommy and Omar up there? Because we spoke with Tommy and he said he tried to do like such a, you know, great job doing so poorly up on stage.
Yeah. No, I was laughing a lot. Uh, I was laughing a lot. Yeah, it was fun. He did it good also. So yeah, for sure.
Now in season 2, Ayub and Rosh, they kind of push Simon towards finding a rebound in Marcus. So take me through like their thinking and why they thought that this was a good idea for Simon.
I think it was a good idea because, like you said in season 1, how affected he became, like, and so aggressively forward to August. It was I think that nothing had in the relationship had been like tested at all. So I think maybe that the first time that something, I think that half year for them was like super crazy, and everything that happened with the sex tape and all that, and how hurt Simon was. I think they were just wanted to be supported to Simon and just make him feel good.
What do you think that Ayub's impressions were of Marcus after meeting him? Because he does go to school at Maryburg with Rosh and with Ayub, even though
Mhm.
we don't see those school scenes.
I think they think that he's a good guy. Like he's pretty, I don't know, casual. He seems like a good guy, and yeah, I don't think they're thinking so much, but because I think they're see each other at school all the time, and yeah,
I mean,
I think
clearly they wouldn't have kind of pushed Simon towards him if they saw like red flags. So like you
oh no,
mentioned,
for
it's just
sure.
something like casual. They think he could be good and make Simon happy. Take me through Ayub's feelings towards Wilhelm and how that kind of started and progressed throughout the 2 seasons.
Um, what the things about Willem? Uh, Same there, like that he's a good guy. I think he see him before like the title that he has. Uh, and when they meet each other, they're always been like good vibes until something crazy happened in that city. um, but I think that Ayub always take his friends first, and take their opinion, of course. Uh, but I think he likes Wilhelm sometimes, until he's not good enough for Simon, or he does something bad to Simon.
Like in terms he has called him things like toxic. I think another thing he said he was like a he called Wilhelm a bit of a loser in
Yeah, of
season
course.
1, but I think but people sometimes have to remember is this is all information he's kind of being fed from Simon.
Simon.
Like
Yeah, of course.
um obviously viewers know that there's a lot more going on behind closed doors with him and his family. But after Ayub sees the Jubilee speech where Wilhelm admits that it was him in the sex video, how do you think Ayub would react? Because you were also there, episode 5, where Ayub actually has the line, did he just say he would give up the crown for you, which could kind of be a turning moment there. So what are your thoughts on all of that?
Uh, I think that that Ayub thought maybe that because because Simon had like kind of trying to move on with Tommy. I think that Ayub doesn't thought they will go back or something. Um, and it was like maybe it was just an honest reaction. He's pretty honest with his reactions and doesn't hold back. Ayub. So I think that was like a quick turn for him. That oh shit, he's gonna uh, say no to the crown for you. Okay, maybe he does like you a lot or something. Yeah. So I think that maybe he's thinking something like that.
That he would be accepting over their relationship, like if Simon and Wilhelm were to be together in season 3, or would it take some time for him to fully trust Wilhelm?
Yeah, I think he will be okay if he sees that Simon feels good about it, and yeah, then I think he will think it's okay. Yeah, for sure.
I imagine like a scene where the 4 of them are together and like Rosh and Ayub are just kind of like making sure it goes smoothly and Willem doesn't do anything to hurt Simon. Can you imagine that in your head?
Yeah, I think there will be more like ay, what happened? Hey, like more supportive, or just being the disturbing friends that shouldn't be there when they hang out, something like that. I think. Uh, yeah, I think that Ayub pretty much in relations. like just trust Simon with his choices.
Now, which was your favorite scene as a viewer in season 2 and why? So a scene that Ayub wasn't in.
I would say maybe there's a scene when Wilhelm comes to the party when he can come back. I think it's episode 1 or something. Where Nils, I think, is outside peeing, and and they're talking about Grinder, and he, that whole discussion, I loved it so much. And after when he pee, he just take Wilhelm on his face, and yeah, I laughed a lot about that scene. Yeah, I like that scene.
Yeah, I think it was interesting because it also revealed a lot about Nils, the character, and then yeah, I think you were one of the fans also noticed there were a couple of moments that it was kind of people were like, this is cringe, and one of them was him absolutely like patting Wilhelm on the face. So that was a memorable scene, and it was nice to see Samuel also have like a bit of a bigger role in season 2 as well. Now, take me behind the scenes. Like, what are some of your personal favorite moments from filming season 2?
uh, oh shit. I would say like every day is not the same, but it was one day where we had a little bit of fun. We pranked Omar. We haven't put out the video yet, but we were
Tell me
just
more about this prank.
okay. So uh, Omar was because we came a little bit early to the set, and we were sitting and just eating food. And I got this brilliant idea to prank Omar. So we took like a chocolate ball or something. I don't know what it's called in English, but yeah, it's a bakery with a ball of chocolate. Uh, I carved out some of it, put in a whole lot of wasabi, put put it together, put it in the bag, and then I just said to Omar, "Oh, we need to make a challenge. Who can eat this bakery fastest?" And then me, Beri, and Omar was sitting down and filming the whole thing. And I just take a bite and I just start to laugh. And he took a bite, but he doesn't get it in the mouth. But he just started laughing and he doesn't know why. And then he watched the bakery and he sees it's all green. And then he spit it out and we just laughed. Yeah, it was fun.
So he didn't actually eat too much of that wasabi,
He
unfortunately.
yeah, so it wasn't a successful prank, but it was fun though. I laughed a lot. Yeah.
The idea was there. You did next
Yeah.
time it needs to be executed a bit better so he gets the wasabi. But I mean, I think that's funny. It's great that you have these memories from set and then obviously getting to return and work with Barry and Omar, who maybe you haven't seen as much in the past year when you're not filming, but then the close friendship that the three has, is it really easy to get back into that?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty natural. Yeah. It's always fun to come back on set, of course.
And then I know in November, just specifically like Omar, he had shared your single on Instagram. I know you were there when he performed at some kind of book launch. So has it been nice for like the two of you to also connect over your music?
Yeah, of course. We connected even at the first season. We was sometime we've been in the studio maybe 3 times or something, and also he works with a friend of mine. So I've been there also. So yeah, I think maybe we connected over music because Barry also makes music. He's a rapper. So everybody connects over music for sure. So the first thing we did, maybe the first season, was sharing music, I think. Yeah. So of course that's the language that I talk. So of course it's gonna be easy to connect if both make music. Yeah. Well, everybody.
Disappointed that there's still not like a collaboration even between the three of you. You know, you on production, a
Hmm?
bit of rapping, Barry, Omar. So season 3, make it happen, maybe.
Yeah, of course, of course. Um, yeah, I won't comment that, but yeah.
So
I
in
mean,
terms of,
we've been talking about that just for fun, though. But yeah,
yeah,
I've been
even like
making music.
outside of the show, like I'm sure jam sessions, you get
Of
together,
course,
things like
with
that.
there are much musicians in the cast. Shao also, uh, Malte. We have a song that is not. It's
Not
some.
out yet.
No, it's on a MP3, but yeah.
Oh, well, that demo has to go somewhere at some point, but that's exciting to hear. Yeah, we've spoken with both of them. Shao, obviously, so talented, so it's so nice to see that you
Yeah,
connect
Shao
over
is super
music.
talented. Shao is super talented. Yeah, yeah, for real. That's crazy. That's another level of music, I would say.
Yeah, like the composition aspect as well. Yeah.
Of course, that's a whole other level. And then just sitting on a computer making music. Of
Don't
course.
sell yourself short. I think like it's nice that there's all these different ways to make music nowadays. So it's
Of course,
obviously
of
nice
course.
to experiment. Season 3, of course, just recently announced the final season. What were your thoughts and feelings when you first heard the news?
Mm, of course, I was happy that it's gonna be a season 3. Uh, but it's sad that it's come to its end. That's the only, like, at the first season we were talking about, uh, what if next season is the next season, or all that. We're thinking about that. Uh, I think it's gonna be pretty emotional, yeah, to let it go like that. Yeah.
Do you have any wish list items for Ayub? Like again, completely separate. You don't know what's going on in the writer's room or anything, but is there anything that you would like to see from your character and also any of the other like characters or storylines? Is there anything that you'd be interested in seeing? Also, just as a fan of the show.
I want you. It would be fun that they're like in the school even more, or like, or maybe that they see the life that Ayub and Rosh has in Biashta, something like that. And because the thing is, my character doesn't even meet some of the cast members, but but Inti as a person, me, I'm friends with people that my character even doesn't have met. So maybe more like meeting each other or something like that. And I want to see. It would be fun to see Ayub angry or something, because he's always glad or sad. So maybe something like that. Yeah.
What can you share about the talented people that work behind the scenes? You know, your directors, your writers, producers, what it's been like working with this team for 2 seasons.
It's been lovely. It's been super fun. It's it feels like a family. Really. Yeah, because it's been a journey for everybody in every like aspect, of course. So it's been. I'm feeling blessed to be working with all these people.
What have you kind of learned or valued by working with them? Like, is there anything specifically behind the scenes, an element that you're interested in that you've been able to kind of shadow or just learn more about? Because as you mentioned, this is your first like film TV project.
Yeah. Uh, I've been super like uh, interested interested in film. Uh, it could be in to make a music video, whatever, everything that has with a camera to in it. So I learned about how much work it is behind everything. I think that was a good lesson, and also like I think it was healthy to like think or be a character, like just give them personalities, and it's so easy to be the person that you want. Like if you want to be a different person or a better person, it's not that hard to change. Yeah.
Was it interesting to also kind of be taking direction from like the directors at the same time? Because that's also like a whole new thought process when they give you feedback and then you kind of have to react to that.
That's the thing. I was waiting for feedback, but that's what I learned the first season. Because when I work with music, you get feedback like directly. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. Another take and everything. It wasn't that much. We talked a lot before we did the scenes, but it wasn't the same. If they didn't said anything and was like, "Oh, let's go to the next scene," then that was a good thing. But for me, that makes music that gets respond like this and feedback always. I was like, because I talked with Roshta, this was maybe the second time I was filming. I was like, did I do good or what happened? She was like, yeah, it was super good. And I was like, okay. And then I told her about like, oh, for me, like to get feedback when I work with music, it's like instant. She was like, no, if we like it, then we don't say anything, which feels super weird, but yeah, it's good.
It means you're a natural. You've done you've all done such a good job that you don't have to go again. But yeah, it's interesting, I'm sure, for you to see those parallels. Now,
Of
what
course.
kind of comments or messages have you received from fans? Tell me about that support and what that's meant to you.
It means everything. Yeah, it's mean because it was the first thing, also first experience of acting, also, and the fans are so crazy. They support it. The amount of love that they give is it's crazy. And I'm super blessed and feel like, yeah, I feel blessed of all the love, and yeah, I hear them. So yeah, I love them a lot. Uh, and the response that they have given was just love.
And without like the global fan support, I'm sure we wouldn't have been able to see Edwin and Omar on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Is that something that you tuned in to watch?
Yeah, I watched it. It was crazy. I didn't realize it until like how big the show is until they were at Jimmy Fallon. I was okay. It's big.
Did you like text them at all after the fact?
Yeah. No, I texted them before and after. Yeah.
It was
Uh,
crazy. And then to see how many people showed up, even outside, I think like the studios, to see them go in and out, because it's like for all of you, it's like, oh, this is this show full of love that we make at home in Sweden, and then to take it to that the next level.
it was crazy, and I saw some clips. The paparazzis were filming them and all. That was crazy. That it's surreal. It's not. It's cool.
But I'm sure you're like all of you are so proud to see the show represented on this scale.
Of course. Yeah.
Now
It,
we will go through some tweets. So
yeah.
if you have your phone,
I watched. I watched them. Two of them because I was like, now I want the first reaction of it.
cheating.
Yeah.
He cheated. Okay, that's okay. We'll go to the first one when you're ready.
Yeah. Simon making Ayub third wheel all of his dates, please. Yeah, that's crazy.
So as Ayub, like Ayub's just having a good time, right? Good wingman, good hype person for Simon.
Yeah, I think so. And It's Simon's fault. He's just taking Ayub
He is
everywhere.
always, yeah, he is like he was either there the first time at the soccer game, and then the second time he was invited by Simon, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yep, I'll go with you." How come? Do you think that Roche is just too busy to hang out with them at these to be the third or fourth reel at these dates?
I think she's playing a lot of soccer and trying to make it out of there or something. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, like it's something to think about. We didn't talk, unfortunately, with Barry this season, but in the first season as well, like it mentions that, Simon, he makes a comment about wanting to get out of Bierstadt, kind of like for more opportunities. So that could be something that she's trying to do with her soccer. How about IU? Like, is he fine where he is?
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's pretty fine. He takes life as it is and like it. I think, yeah.
Do you think that he is good at school, or maybe he is so at school, IU?
I think he's average.
It doesn't come off as like someone who tries, like you mentioned, super hard.
No,
He's
no.
getting by.
Yeah, yeah. He's pretty comfortable. Yeah. Simon and Ayub FaceTiming until they turn the lights off will never not be stupidly precious to me. Yeah, I love that scene. Yeah, that's also one of my favorite.
Yeah, we spoke with Natalie Varley, who of course plays Madison, and she mentioned that this was like her favorite scene. So you and Omar were actually like talking to each other back and forth during
Yeah,
filming.
yeah, we was. Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. I love it. And Madison is my favorite character, though. So I'm super happy that Natalie is that she loved that scene. Yeah.
I think that there were people online really wanting a scene where they meet, because there was people talking and like Madison would be good friends with Rosh and Ayub, they feel.
Yeah, yeah. I've been thinking about that too. Me and Natalie been talking a lot about our characters. Yeah, of course.
Season 3, please.
Yeah, Madison is my favorite character, but I don't know. She's so cool. I don't know. I like her a lot.
It's like her one-liners are always so good. There's always like an iconic line, iconic hair, of course.
Yeah, it's on point every time. Ayub is asexual as he never talks about old partners or anyone he's interested in, like Raj and Simon do, and he doesn't really know what to say in terms of relationships. I don't the I that I what was it stand for?
For example.
Bringing up Kim K6 tip when talking about Simon in this essay. I will. Yeah.
There are fans on Twitter who've kind of speculated about this. Obviously, no one has to label anything, but is it something that you've ever kind of talked about or thought about?
No, really not. Their age also, like maybe he's just a late bloomer or something. I haven't been thinking about it until I saw this tweet. But yeah, I think maybe he's just a late bloomer and maybe it's not his biggest interest.
I think that that's such a good point to say, because you have to remember that these are still kind of like, they're still like teenagers, like high school age students. So it's something that maybe he hasn't had a romantic partner in the past, but like you mentioned, maybe it's just not on his mind right now. But I think it's always like, I'm sure for you, it's interesting to read these theories and what people think, because this engagement kind of just like fuels more discussion about the characters and what their thought processes are.
Of course, I think it's really fun. I saw some theories about the who that he gave his what's it called? the thing that it's in the hood, like it's a, I don't know, the purple. It was something with the purple. What is it called, rope or something that you have in the, because Ayub doesn't have it and Simon does have it, and that was pretty beautiful theory.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
the things that people pick up on, right, is crazy
cool.
from the show.
Yeah, yeah, it's super great. They're CIA agents or something.
That's the new thing. Young Royals fans equals CIA agents. You heard it here first.
Yeah, of course. Roche and Ayub as Peck and Benjamin. Peck is Jock Woos. How you pronounce that? Who's? Who's home in his sports themed and all his clothes are red, like Roche soccer's team color. Benjamin has the lazy personality, which is opposite to Roche. So while they get along, they clash sometimes. Both are very loyal friends, though.
So this is a
What?
thread
What?
of Young Royals characters as Animal Crossing villagers. Have you heard of Animal Crossing?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't played it yet, but I have my Nintendo Switch here. And
Gotta
I
play
have
it
friends that play.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I'm gonna go to the store and buy Animal Crossing. I have some friends that play that. Shit, I didn't know it was Animal Crossing. But
It's
yeah.
so thoughtful though, like to come up with those conclusions. Like I don't know too much. I know Animal Crossing, but don't know too much about the characters. But they kind of made it fit, like your character, and you would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Lazy
know. But
personality.
lazy persons are after no, lazy persons are often smart people. So I think that's a compliment. You, that guy is toxic. That guy. I made I made you a sandwich. uh yeah, that guy is toxic.
Have you seen this tweet before, or
No, I haven't seen it.
you're not on Twitter, are you?
I'm on Twitter.
But
I
not
tried
too
to
active.
no, I'm not active at all. I tried to, but yeah, I think the last post I did was maybe more than a year ago. But I will try to get more active on every social media. Yeah, and try to be more like I try to be person, how you say, to share a lot of things, but it's not so easy for me. It's not hard either, but it's like just what should I post? What? Yeah, it's a daily issue for me to like figure out what I should post. But yeah,
Is this something that like the cast has ever kind of talked about in terms of like social media posting, or you've talked to your co-stars
yeah,
about and how to deal with it?
a little bit, yeah. The thing is that like Twitter here in Sweden is not the biggest thing here, and I don't understand Twitter. Like, I don't really understand it.
I think it's like you have to take a Twitter 101 kind of uh social media class or something like that. But I mean that last tweet went kind of viral. I think people think it's just funny. But I think the consensus is, these characters, for everything that fans disagree with them, they love the actors, so you constantly are feeling that love on other places.
Of course, yeah. I got one comment that was like, "I love Ayub, but you were really disturbing this season." I was like, "Ah, yeah, Ayub can take it."
He'll take the loss in some of the situations and the
Of
scenes. Yeah.
course, yeah, yeah.
Our signature question for you: if you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
I would be lemon sorbet because it's it's super good flavor, like me, and also that is my favorite ice cream. that's the biggest why. Yeah.
I like it. And it's always good, I think, to be your favorite ice cream flavor because why not, right?
Why not? Why not?
That's actually all I have for you. I was so glad that we could finally get through this interview and
Of
talk about
course.
the show and your music.
Yeah.
You have a big year coming up for you. I imagine you'll be back filming at some point, hopefully, and then more music so people can stay tuned. Will you be giving updates, I guess, on Instagram?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you just follow me on Instagram and you will know everything.
All the music for sure. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you again. And for all those watching, you can catch Inti in Young Royals. Season 2 is out on Netflix. His debut single is out now. Stay tuned and we will see you next time.
Well.